EDDM and specifically how to sell our EDDM solution to your customers. All right, so first let's go like a quick refresh as to what is EDDM and what Forward really brings to the table as far as EDDM, because there is a lot that Forward brings to the table. If you're familiar with EDDM, you know that it can be sort of complicated, right? EDDM, number one, stands for Every Door Direct Mail. It's a program by the USPS government, solution, and it's a program that is meant to really bring saturation mailing to the mainstream. It's a much easier way to do saturation mailing for a lot of small businesses, companies, and it's a really low cost alternative to direct mail. USPS also wanted to raise revenue for themselves, so they thought about this solution to really increase that revenue and bring it more, these direct mail solutions more mainstream, to make it more accessible for everybody to follow. Now, there are some complexities involved in offering EDDM or Every Direct Mail as a DIY solution through the USPS. You do have to follow their rules. They have a whole page of rules, whether you're doing, a retail version that is under 5,000 or a business mail entry unit, which is over 5,000, what post office you can deliver to, how many you can deliver to that post office, the forms you have to fill out, the facing slips you have to fill out, you have to bundle it in a certain way. So there is a lot of complexity to the DIY USPS solution for EDDM or Every Door Direct Mail. As it stands right now, even, you do have to go order the print, you have to go onto the USPS website and just follow the rules. Make sure you follow it to the T, because they're very strict about what can be entered into the mail stream. So as Forward, we try to take that complexity and really simplify it down to the easiest solution possible for you guys. The benefits of using our full service solution are a lot. There's so many benefits to using our full service solution. Number one, you're using it on our website, a single website, an all-in-one website that allows you to order the print, select your routes on our interactive mapping page, and we do all of the back-end processing for you. We take care of all the rules, we take care of all the forms and facing slips and bundling, and even delivery directly to the USPS. We take care of every single step of the process. You just have to place the order, configure your product, choose an in-mailbox date, you select your routes online, and then once it's printed, we take care of the forms, we take care of the bundling and delivery to USPS. We also, just for you guys who know how EDDM works, we also take care of the shipping to the local post office. So you can do an EDDM mailing anywhere across the United States. It doesn't matter if you're in California, Ohio, Florida, New Jersey, Texas. It doesn't matter where you are in the nation. We will print and ship to the local post office of wherever that EDDM mailing is going to go, no matter the zip code, no matter where it is in the United States. So it's a really, really great solution that we brought, and we've really simplified it down. Okay. And again, if you do have questions about EDDM, specifically around how it works, or maybe you want to see the website, enter it into the question box. I'll go ahead and answer it at the end of the webinar. All right, so let's get into what we're all here for, which is actually selling EDDM, the best way to sell our EDDM full service solution. And the first point I want to kind of tell you is that you should really communicate the EDDM benefits to your customers, if you haven't done so already. There's a lot of benefits in general that EDDM brings to the table, which I kind of covered in the beginning too. Number one is that it's a really great way to saturate mail an area, especially for small businesses. That's where the bulk of their revenue comes from. 85% of local business revenue come from a 3 to 5 mile radius. EDDM is built for that. That's what it's there for, to be able to dump a bunch of postcards or sell sheets or whatever you want to do within that local area. Another really great thing about EDDM is it's really low postage rate, 1.68 currently from USPS per piece. And the bonus is that it includes any size and any amount of postcards that you want to send. So the difference, there's a direct difference right there for direct mail, right? Where for direct mail, you can do maybe a 4x6 at a certain weight. That'll get you the price point that you need. But with EDDM, you can do an 8.5x11, you can do a 6x12, you can do, there's just a really wide range of variety of sizes and coatings that you could do for that same exact low postage rate. You're not restricted by the size of the piece or by the type of paper you're using or the weight of the material you're using. Okay. And then just to give you an example of what the cost is compared to direct mail, here on the left side, you'll see that this is an EDDM mailing for 8.5x11, 16 point, full color UV both sides. And remember, this is an 8.5x11 cell sheet, right? Think about how much real estate that customer information they want or has to add whatever huge coupon and menu, whatever they want to print on it. They have lots of real estate that'll help improve their return on investment, their ROI. And that's why small businesses really love it. And once they love it, they're going to repeat that business to you, right? Once they figure it out that it works for them in a really, really great way, they're going to come back to you for their repeat mailing. So every, season that comes around, every, new special or new product that comes around, they're going to want to do an EDDM mailing to be able to let their local area know. And you can see the pricing right here. This is the print, bundling, EDDM fulfillment, and postage price all rolled into one. That's the breakdown per piece, right? 5,030 cents, 10,029 cents, 15,029 cents. And remember, this is for an 8.5x11 piece for EDDM versus the direct mail offering. You can do a direct mail 4x6, 16 point, full color both sides, and it's much more expensive at 33 cents per piece for 5,000. And that's the direct mail price for a 4x6 normal direct mailing, right? So essentially for less expensive, you're getting a less expensive per piece price, but you're getting almost triple the real estate as far as postcard goes, right? Sell sheet, an 8.5x11 versus a 4x6. So there's another really good benefit that you should communicate to your customers of why they should think about EDDM for their next, outreach to their customers, their next marketing plan. All right, so let's start trying to figure out how to actually sell EDDM to your customers or EDDM solution to your customers. And what I usually tell people is, since we don't, other than we have a solution called Printer Bridge that does include EDDM and it is integrated into that website. Besides that, building the estimate for your customer, you need to be the consultant for them, right? You need to ask them and build the estimate for them on your own through our website. Now, everything is already done for you because it's all on our website and it's all streamlined, but to the customer, you're perceiving the effort that you're going to consult to them as what the best area to hit is based on the shown information here. So it's good to get the area and the zip code that they want to hit, the budget that they want to hit, the size and coding options. If they have artwork already, maybe that's already taken care of, or whatever mailing they did before. But you do need to get the size and the coding options so that way you can enter the information. Target demographics. So included in our EDDM solution, we do have some demographics that are provided by USPS, meaning median age, median income, and then also if you want to hit business and residential or residential only, right? So gather that information. And then also the last thing that you should gather from your customer is the end mailbox date, when they want the EDDM mailing to be in the public's mailboxes, okay? And this is the way that you can actually mark up these costs even further, or mark up this EDDM sale even further, because you're taking the responsibility of being that consultant to target their area in a really effective way, okay? All right, so now let's take a look at how to actually do that. Step one, we do require a template because it does have our own indicia on it. So make sure to download the template on whatever size that you get from the customer. Make sure to put the return address. That is another requirement. The reason behind some of this is that we don't have a difference between EDDM retail and EDDM BMEU. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of insight on that, we merged the two solutions. There's only one single way to order it on our website, and that'll cover whatever needs you might have. And the requirement is that you do need to download this template that we have available for you, okay? All right, so here's how we start the estimate for your customer. You head to our website, you choose EDDM full service, make sure to choose it at the top here. You're going to enter the mailbox date in mailbox date, and you're going to select all the options for your customer, okay? All right. You know, then you're going to click routing, map my routes. You'll be transferred into the routing section here. And then now that you're here, you can enter the area or zip code, and you'll be able to see all the demographic information on our interactive map here. So when you roll over these routes, it'll give you this information, so that way you can choose the best routes for your customer. Or if they do just want to saturate just one zip code completely, you can just click on the zip code, choose to include all those routes within the zip code, and then be done with it. Very, very easy to do. And then finally, you'll be shown the pricing that we're going to give you live on the spot within the routing page. So then that way you'll know how to stay within their budget, right? So we're going to give you our cost, and then you can say, okay, this is my markup, that's their budget. I need to go, I can put more routes in, or I can put less routes in, or I can go into this area, or I can go into that area. Okay, so keep an eye on obviously the product price and the total here, which includes postage. So we're going to give you the product price and the postage all together, so that way you can stay within budget. All right, so next step, once you have the routes and the budget that you want to hit, there is right up here, a download selected routes button. Okay, so when you're on the screen, you can hit the download selected routes button. It'll generate all of the routes that you selected for your customer, and you can download that either as an Excel file or a PDF. And that's what that PDF looks like. It's a completely white label PDF. So you can add your logo, it won't have any for her information. There's no proprietary information on it. It's just literally a blank EDDM routes page with the product offering on it. Okay, and you'll see that a little bit later. The next step is to take a screenshot of the routes that you just created for your customer. Now, obviously, do not include the pricing. Be careful not to include the pricing, but you can just include the zip code and the area around of where your routes are, okay? And then finally, the next step is, now you can build, with these screenshots, you can build an estimate for your customer and present it to them and say, here is what I found the best solution for you is, right? Here is what the best routes based on the information that I gathered for you to build the estimate. This is what I found the best solution, so that we can get a maximum return on investment for your marketing effort is. It'll be really nice. You can add your logo. You can add that screenshot that you took, from our website before. Just make sure to, exclude the pricing in here, and it'll show them all the routes, right? And you can create this on your own. You can create it in like Photoshop or Word or whatever it might be. but you can create this on your own. All right. If you want to embellish it even further, you definitely can. You can, put your logo on there. You can put some, kind of marketing images on there. There's some information on our go.forward.com website that you can use to put on this estimate for them, but it's really up to you. We want you to use our tools to be able to go to your customer and be the consultant, be the estimator for them for the EDDM work, because it makes you look like, you're a really involved and marketing expert to them, that you're a true partner with them, right? And obviously you can add your own pricing in here as well. You're with your own markup to be able to tell them how much this specific order is going to be. And make sure to point out the demographic information, because it's a really, really great way to kind of elevate that consultation service that you have with them. Okay. I would also recommend using EDDM for yourself if you're a local business too, right? So the best way to really get familiar with our service is to just use it once for yourself if you haven't already. If you've ever wanted to do some sort of marketing, within your area, EDDM is a really good solution because of the things that we talked about in the beginning. Promote the EDDM service, and also just show your customers how successful it can be. Because if it gets them into the store, guess what? They're going to want to do it for their own business, because they're going to want to get that same crowd within their store, right? And always remember to use, we have a ton of white label resources here that you can use to be able to build marketing, build an offering for your customers around EDDM. So make sure to go ahead to trade.forward.com or go.forward.com to be able to do that. So yeah. All right. So that's specifically covering. I know that we're going to have a lot of questions.